report, and according to this particular report, it says that Egypt bombs Israel with a new war move. First Arab military push after Qatar meet? Question mark. Amid rising tensions in the Sinai Peninsula, guys, Egypt has warned against the forced displacement of Gazans and hinted at possible military deployments to deter Israeli actions. Reports suggest Cairo may increase troop presence and readiness near the border, while Israeli officials have raised concerns over Egypt's growing military activities. Both sides remain on high alert as diplomatic channels engage over the sensitive developments. I also want you to take a look at this other report here, and you can see clearly from the screen that the military is very active, the troops presence of Egyptian military, and Egypt has alarmed Israel with a military build-up in the Sinai Peninsula, including extended runways and underground facilities, possibly for missiles. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has asked the U.S. Vice Secretary of State Marco Rubio to pressure Cairo, citing potential violations of the 1979 peace treaty. Egypt denies storing missiles and says the U.S. has not raised the issue recently. Tensions escalate amid the ongoing Gaza war and fears of refugee influx into Sinai. The situation highlights fraying ties and the risk of a regional instability. Now, I will break it down all for you in this video because I think we need to talk about this particular issue more in details. But before I do that, if you're not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Now, according to this build up and the recent development, or the recent report that we have coming in the last hour or so, there are a few things you have to understand about this whole situation. And number one is that the Israeli officials, they have pressured US, Donald Trump, his administration, to scale down, to pressure Egypt to scale down a recent military buildup in the Sinai Peninsula. Now, this is solid information. Okay, this is not being reported only in the Israeli media, which we find hardly credible, but this was also reported by other news channels like Axios. They have also reported on this. So it is true. The situation has gone so bad for the Zionist forces that they are now begging Donald Trump and his administration to talk to Egypt. The question is, why would they ask US to pressure Egypt? Well, it is because for months, for many months, Israeli officials, they have spoken to Egyptian officials and the military, and they have told them, hey guys, why are you building up your military presence in Sinai Peninsula? Guess what? Israeli officials, they received a cold response from Egypt because Egypt did not want to talk to Israeli officials at all, and they have made several efforts to talk to Egyptian military, Egyptian officials, but they did not get any response. And after becoming so anxious why Egypt is not responding, they then called Donald Trump, his administration, and they told them, hey, can you put some pressure on Egypt? Now, this is, according to Axios, another significant point of tension. The Sinai Peninsula buildup for Egypt is a big deal, and for Israel, this is creating some unnecessary tension they do not want to deal with, because they really do not want to fight any military. They want to just fight women and children in Gaza. So when they saw that this country is building military, they are feeling the heat because Egypt has the largest military in the Arabian countries. Now, even larger than Israel, by the way. Now, substantial violation by Egypt in its 1979 peace agreement, because Israel is saying that every single day the Egyptian forces, they're only allowed to bring light weapons in the Sinai Peninsula. But all of a sudden they're seeing missiles, they're seeing fighter jets, they're seeing runways being built, and now they're suspecting that there could be runways for much bigger aircraft carrying weapons for Egyptian military, and these are for offensive purposes according to Israeli military. This build-up of Egyptian military is for offensive purposes. Now, Egyptians have established military infrastructure, some of which could be used for offensive purposes. Only light weapons allowed, as I said just now. Egyptians extended runway at air bases in Sinai so that they could be used by fighter jets. Okay, so again, you can see on the screen, and build underground facilities which Israeli intelligence believes could be used for storing missiles. Now, Egypt, they have denied it. They said, no, we are not building any underground missile storing infrastructure. We are not really doing anything that you are accusing us of doing. And the other day, we have also seen 100 drones entered Israel in the last 1 month. So this all could be false alarm propaganda from Israel to preempt Egypt. But given the current situation that we are in right now, I don't think all of these are false. I do believe that Egypt is indeed preparing for war against Israel, especially after what they have done to Qatar, to Doha. Now, this is also coming after we have seen reports that Sisi, he did not talk to Netanyahu for the last 3 years in public, nor he held any phone call with Netanyahu. Means they are not talking, and this is absolutely something very, very surprising to so many people. On top of this, Egypt is also holding military drills with Turkey. We have seen the Egyptian and the Turkish military taking part in joint military drill for defensive purposes, obviously. We have also heard that Egypt and Turkey, they wanted to build a NATO-style force to defend the Arab countries, but obviously that did not happen. And so there is a lot of reason for Israel to panic at the moment. There is no doubt about that. On top of all of this, this is what he has to say. Let's take a listen.
يجب أن تغير مواقفنا من نظرة العدو نحونا ليرى أن أي دولة عربية مساحتها ممتدة.
Okay, so basically this is in Qatar, where he said, take a listen one more time, it's nice.
يجب أن تغير مواقفنا من نظرة العدو نحونا ليرى أن أي دولة عربية مساحتها ممتدة.
So basically here he is saying that Israel is our enemy. So all of these things that you're seeing, the build-up, the military build-up in Sinai Peninsula is in accordance to the rhetoric of Sisi's recent visit to Qatar, that they are indeed our enemy, and when you treat a country as your enemy, you definitely prepare for war. And people who think that no, Egypt is not going to attack Israel, or that there will be no war between the two countries, you really need to reconsider. I'm not saying that Sisi is so good, he doesn't like Israel. No, I'm not saying that. He is on Israel's paycheck. He's on US's paycheck because he receives a lot of money, billions of dollars for his military. So no, he's never ever gonna strike Israel first. But he also knows at the same time he cannot be seen humiliated if Israel does strike him or his military or the country Egypt itself. Donald Trump, he cannot be trusted. Take a listen what he's saying here.
When will you exercise that power to tell him to stop?
Sure.
And then for both of you...
But you do understand about October 7th.
Okay, so obviously nothing is shocking, but I mean, a lot of people, they will be shocked to see this kind of response from Donald Trump. When the reporter was asking, what are you doing to stop this genocide in Gaza, he immediately talked about October 7th. And so nobody is trusting Donald Trump in the region. They know that the strike on Qatar was not just being approved, green-lighted by US, but also, according to so many reports, he blessed it. Donald Trump, he blessed the attack on Qatar in Doha. If you do not know, you should know. Donald Trump, knows everything. Netanyahu is getting all the permission from him. Netanyahu received just another shipment of millions of dollars of weapon from United States of Israel one more time.